So hey, I'm Dallas Smith and
Andrew Hyatt.
and we're here at the 604 Studios in Vancouver, and we're going to never done something like this before.
Yeah, you're being a little weird.
Am I a little awkward already? Is it? Yeah.
We're live.
So so we're this Ask 604 thing, and we're going to interview each other and just have a conversation. And so thanks for tuning in. If you did, and if you didn't, well then
You're looking at it now.
yeah. So let's just start with a question.
Yeah.
Sarah asks, "What's your favorite movie at the moment?"
That's a good question.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really watch movies. Like I haven't seen a movie in a long time. So I am watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine though. It's
Okay.
not a movie, but
How is it?
it's great.
Yeah.
It's like if you like The Office,
Yeah.
you'll
Gotcha.
enjoy it. Yeah.
Gotcha. I haven't seen a movie in a while either. I want to take my kid to see The Incredibles. I've been promising her to take her for like 2 weeks, and I'm really dropping the ball with that.
Yeah.
One. So yeah, she's.
Yeah.
I'm not setting the bar for a disappointing dad very.
Very high.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got it covered.
Yeah, I got it covered. Yeah. Oh geez. Okay, here's a good one. Pam Lass _7. Who's been the biggest influence on your music style career?
My influences are kind of all over the place, right? I grew up with a mix in my family. There was country, like there was my grandmother. We spent all summers, listening to like old Waylon, and like Loretta Lynn was kind of a vibe. But then also, I grew up in church, so there was a lot of like Jars of Clay and bands that were kind of crossover bands. But then, I don't know, it's kind of a mix of Matchbox 20, U2, and those were all bands that I like really, really loved and looked up to. And
Yeah.
it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. My household was a little bit of everything, not so much the church stuff, but
Yeah.
you had a little bit more of the old school country than I did. My grandpa played like Patsy Cline and stuff, but we didn't spend a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
And I never really heard much of stuff. But my mom was more like, Reba and the Judds and a lot of female. Like, a lot of the female country.
Yeah,
Katie
yeah,
Lang
yeah,
was
yeah.
big in the house for a while, and even like Terry Clark. There was a Terry Clark record in the house, right?
Yeah,
Which is like
which is-
bizarre that I.
It's kind of full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was like, I think Chattahoochee was the first song that I memorized all of the lyrics
Oh, yeah?
to, which it's not that old, but
Yeah.
good song.
Did you were you in the Seattle scene stuff, the early '90s stuff?
Not huge, no.
No.
Nirvana, whatever,
Yeah.
like that whole like the grunge scene,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
That was grade 9 for me, so that
Yeah,
was like
that was. I was
not grade 9 for you.
No,
was,
that was like at that point they were already classics.
Yeah, you were
yeah.
tying your shoes and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
learning how to tie your shoes.
Yeah, listening to like Sesame Street. Yeah.
I'm old. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Michelle's asking here, did you ever have a plan B, and if so, what was it?
So, yeah, I think I had multiple plan Bs, but, they were always like, so being a police officer, I was almost that.
You went to school for that or something?
Yeah. I went to school. I'm an iron worker by trade, so I got a trade right out of high school, but that was always kind of a means to an end. So it was like, how do I make a whole lot of money in a really short time to put out a record and then have money that I can go and tour that record. And then I went back once that happened, and you come home really broke.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, if I'm a police officer, which is what my dad did, in my brain, I was like, I can get a lot of time off if I'm a cop, and I could handle doing that every single day, but then also, be able to take a month off at a time because they get huge blocks off.
Oh yeah.
And go and play music. So it was always kind of like, how do I facilitate creating and playing? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't have a plan B.
No, you just went right into it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad it worked out. Okay, so what's the top venue you still aspire to play at some point in your careers? I guess I'll start with that one.
Yeah.
Man, I've been played some pretty cool venues throughout the years. Like all over the world. But I think the pinnacle is to be able to just play opening or wherever in any way in Madison Square Garden. So I think that's
Okay.
That's a huge one. That'd be huge. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
one of the most famous venues in the world and stuff.
Yeah.
So to get in there in any way would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Mine's not as big. It's more like Massey Hall to me is like,
Oh yeah.
is like the holy holy
Did
grail.
you see a lot of bands there when you were a kid? Is that why? Or?
Not even a lot of bands. Just like my favorite shows, like Ryan Adams. I saw him.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him last year there, and that's like probably my favorite show of all time. Just there's something about the sound and the energy in that room when you go in, where people are there to listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And there's something magical about that. Like I love a good party, and I love like a crazy loud and like big show. But when you go in and people are just sitting there being like, and you can tell the stories, and
Gotcha.
That's the move.
Gotcha.
for me.
I don't think I've ever seen a show, Massey.
No, it's really good if you get a chance.
Yeah, I think I'll try to.
Yeah.
I'll try to set something up.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, Andrew, I'll send this one to you. This is directed to me, but I'll send it to you. Does your motivation to write come from when you're happy or when you're going through tough times?
Definitely not when I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, no,
I've listened to your songs. I know the deal.
No good song comes from being happy. At least if I write it, we've got a mix of songs that I've written and songs that have been pitched. But the stuff that I write tends to be sad. I've tried writing happy songs and I get halfway through and I'm like, this is the stupidest thing ever. Like, this is terrible.
Gotcha. Yeah. I feel you on
So
that one.
sad songs.
Feel you on that one. Okay. When are we coming back to Ottawa? You or I or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd have to look. I don't think there's anything this summer.
anything on the books,
I'm in Renfrew this summer, which is kind of close.
close, right?
I think. Yeah, I don't know when, but if you look on the website, I'm sure that'll be announced soon.
Google that one. Yeah. What's your favorite song recorded for both? What is your favorite song recorded for both of you? I assume he's asking what's our favorite song we've recorded. I guess.
Yeah.
I always refer back to "Lifted" is usually my favorite one. I don't know what it is about that song. It's kind of a country song, but it's very, very musical. It's got some very cool parts to it that you typically wouldn't really find in a typical country song. So it's pretty vocally challenging, and I just love the imagery. It's a Jaron Johnson song with Zach Malloy, and Zach Malloy actually wrote a bunch of stuff in the Default.
Okay.
Way back in the day, so a bit of a connection there too. So
that's awesome.
That's probably like if I was to look back at my career at one song, and say that kind of encompassed what I was in an artist, I think it'd be that one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can give like a specific. I'm still pretty new, but I don't know if we've released it yet. We just tracked You and Me Town, and that song's feeling really good. Yeah. And it kind of changes for me all the time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm refreshing these questions, and what are we gonna do?
Boxers or briefs?
Yeah, there's nothing there. Not yet, anyways. What are we doing here? Dallas, of all of your songs, which one's your favorite? I think I just covered that. Amy, Andrew, is there one? If there's one artist you could have the chance to write with, who would it be? And a follow-up is that what festival would you want to headline?
That's good.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to headline Boots at some point in time. I don't know if that's in the cards, but fingers crossed, shoot for the stars.
Stranger things happen,
exactly. Like maybe in the future, just because that's Ontario, where I'm from, and I think that would be a wild time. And then writing wise, right now, you mentioned Jaron, and I've got a few songs that he's written that are going to be on this record, and the guy's just a lyrical.
I think you guys will write a smash.
Ninja.
I think you would.
And I've got ideas, and I think it would be cool to take them and work with them. And he's super chill, and he's a nice guy. So
yeah. He's a good hang for sure. You got any questions for me? What are you gonna ask you?
I don't know, man.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Good one.
Don't put this on me. You're the host.
You hold it for a while. When did I get hooked on hosting this thing, by the way? It's like a last minute. Here's the iPad. You got to host this. I'm a terrible host. When are you coming back to Kitchener and stocking up on more video games for the tour bus?
That was. Sean and I went and grabbed a bunch of N64 stuff.
That's right.
And then it didn't work properly.
That's right.
In the bus, we didn't have the right connections.
Well, hopefully it's not the guy's shop that's asking this question.
Yeah. I think Chris.
We had GoldenEye, right? That was the.
Yeah, but it was the new controllers. If you ever are going to buy a vintage N64. Make sure you buy vintage controllers and then just change the joystick in them, because the new ones, they're too sensitive.
Okay.
So you're just all over the map. It's no good. But,
good to know. Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to that N64 from the bus.
Somebody stole it from the bus.
I think Chris has it. Yeah.
Yeah. He seems like that type.
Kevin Bacon looking.
Okay. I'm just going to refresh this again. See if what is this? What is your favorite place to play? Stadium or bar or club?
Well, I've never played a stadium, so yeah. I mean, arena shows are cool.
Yeah, that's probably what they're meaning.
Yeah, like arena shows
Yeah.
are fun. It depends, right? There's two different things. Like bar shows can be great, like intimate shows, one-on-one, where you get to tell stories and talk about the song. That can be awesome. But
I hate those, man.
Do you? Yeah.
I hate those. Always, I enjoy watching them. I don't hate them. I can't say that, but the less people that are there, the more nervous I get.
Yeah.
So anything like, it's just, I think it's just the law of averages. I think that's what it is. Or like the odds are stacked against you, right?
Well, there's a better energy, bigger energy.
Well, I'm saying if there's 5 people there at this radio station event, all 5 of them, there's a chance that all 5 of them don't like you and they really don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All 5 of them might like you. There could be a good split, but there's still a chance that they're just looking at you and you're just full of it, right?
Just shaking their heads.
But if the more people there, average, you can focus on a few. There's gonna be people out there that like what you do. You
Yeah.
can focus on
Yeah.
them and enjoy the experience.
Oh, for sure.
But
I get the fewer the people, the more self-deprecating I get, and that's like really where I shine. So,
it's lots to talk about.
Yeah. It's like, here's all the sad stories from my life. Yeah.
For me, yeah. So that, but I get what you're saying. Clubs,
Yeah.
like any place like a Commodore Ballroom, or just anything that's loud, intense, just up close and personal. Those are my. I mean, arenas are fun and stuff. Those
Yeah.
are great. Good things about those. But yeah, those club shows, like a couple thousand people tops, it's
Yeah.
just like that's the sweet spot. Just up close and personal, hands on deck.
Yeah,
no
I felt like-
barriers and.
London was a good time.
London was fantastic, but the same
Yeah,
thing, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
When we played London,
everything.
yeah.
Everybody's at arms. You can touch them.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Not
It's like,
inappropriate, obviously.
Yeah,
but you can
yeah.
reach out and grab hands and,
Yeah.
and phones and what?
Just
All right.
not inappropriately, obviously.
Well, yeah, obviously. Do you prefer big towns like Toronto or smaller towns?
I'm from Sudbury, so it's a mix for me. I like that I can afford to live in Sudbury. I
Yeah.
can't afford, Toronto's pretty damn expensive. And
Yeah.
Vancouver's kind of the
Vancouver,
same.
yeah. Welcome to Vancouver.
I don't know. There's something about being able to drive from point A to point B, and it's
no traffic.
no
and-
traffic, and you go to a bar and the bartender knows your name and knows what you drink. That's,
Sometimes you gotta go.
yeah. Whereas, but then again, it's also
Everybody
nice
knows
to
your name, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Ba-doom-psh.
Cheers.
Yeah. What's your favorite record growing up?
Ooh, this might get me some hate mail, but I think the Joshua Tree.
No.
Yeah.
Man, I'm with you. My
Yeah.
first concert at, speaking of stadiums, was at BC Place. It was my
okay.
first show. It was U2 with Public Enemy without Flavor Flav. They wouldn't let him in the country.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was still good. And then the Sugar Cubes. It was Bjork. I don't know if you know Bjork.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was her old band.
Yeah,
So it was
okay.
my first time ever hearing her stuff.
Sounds amazing. My first U2 show was Dashboard opened the show.
Really?
And that was like for me growing up.
Yeah.
Like I loved Dashboard, and
Yeah.
I was like my 13, 14, 15. That was my vibe. So that was two birds, one stone.
Yeah. My wife liked Dashboard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that band. Okay. Any plans to get Default back together? Interesting. I actually went out and had drinks with the guys. More so in the last 6 months than I have in probably the previous 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
Not for any particular reason, just everybody's really busy, but we just kind of made an effort to start to hang out a bit. And so there's some interesting opportunities potentially that are kind of, bubbling to the surface a little bit here. So I've always said never say never, and I said it would suck to think that we'd never play those songs together again.
Yeah.
So I think there's a strong chance that we might have some news by, the next little while. So nothing too nothing too crazy. But I think you'll see some stuff coming up pretty soon. But great guys. It was great to hang with them again and seeing them more lately. Who are the artists that have inspired you?
Yeah, I feel like that kind of goes back to influences, right?
Yeah.
But there was, there's now I feel like now it's changed for me. Now there's guys like, Donovan Woods, the Cadillac 3. It's like you listen to the writing, you listen to, there's just some insane writers. It's not necessarily radio based or hits based. It's the guys who are on an acoustic guitar and it's really stripped down and they can still like crush you with a vocal and
And the storytelling that comes with it and stuff. Yeah.
Keith Urban, the usuals.
Oh, jeez. Who was my favorite person to write with? I mean, back in the Default days, we wrote with some really cool people. Always loved writing with them, obviously with my friends in that band. But Marty Friedman, we got hooked up with him somehow. I can't remember what it was, but who it was. Somebody in our management. But we clicked with him big time. We did a lot of writing on our last 2 records with Marty. Jeremy and I went down to LA and did a bunch of stuff with him. And he's actually good friends with Steven Tyler. And we had some really cool experiences with Marty. We got to hang out in the studio and he's actually doing the stems for Guitar Hero, the Aerosmith version.
Oh, yeah.
So we actually got to sit there and like remix and listen to solo anything we wanted to hear on all those old classic records. He had them all dumped onto Pro Tools.
Wow.
And so we got to hear like just isolated Steven Tyler's vocal booth.
Yeah.
And
which is probably magic.
it was amazing because you can hear all the raw parts are there, but also what you don't realize is in the record. But all the jewelry that he wears,
It's like clinking around.
it's on the record, like it's on there. You just can't hear it, but it's all just jangling away and stuff. And hearing it was pretty cool. But Marty Fredrickson actually is playing in. He backs up Steven Tyler now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Susie McNeil and yeah.
Rad.
Yeah. Have you ever had a crazy fan encounter?
Not like too crazy, but I feel like just now we're hitting that point where like there's some weird stuff that starts to pop up on the inbox every
Like in
once in a while.
Winnipeg?
Yeah, that's yeah.
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 There's
You want to elaborate on that one?
no, I'm
Okay,
good.
all right.
Run and hide.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I got to refresh this thing again.
Oh, yeah.
Better crowd, East or West Coast? Oh, boy. It says, or better beer, East Coast or West Coast?
Like for me right now, I'd say East Coast is it's probably just because it's closer to home.
For beer or for crowds?
For crowds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alienate the West, all right.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm having a good time out here.
Nice work. I'll show you how it's done here.
Yeah.
It's impossible to pick which crowd is better. Each side of the country has a different energy to it, and I appreciate both of them.
Yeah. Well, limited experience.
Yeah.
So. See that bus?
There you go. Oh, I hit the wrong button. What did I do? Oh, here's an interesting one. Andrew, how was it for you when Dallas was in contact with you for the first time? Express. You hear that?
Excuse me, sir. I'll have to ask my manager.
Andrew, how was it for you when Dallas was in contact with you for the first time, expressing interest in signing you? I didn't sign Andrew. We just reached out and talked about working together, management-wise and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I think I was telling the story earlier today. Actually, I was doing a thing for ET Canada, which was also a first for me, and you had called right before or right after, and I just had to call you back. But it was kind of like this is crazy, but it's been good. One thing that I like is Dallas is very honest, and there's no bullshit. So, we had been talking to a couple different people about management, and you didn't try and package the dream and sell it back to me, which I respected.
For a cool 20%.
Yeah, for a cool 20%.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
I think we have a 5 minutes. Okay, we're getting the yank here. So we have a mutual contact. So you're working with Charlotte, publicist here in Canada, the best in the biz by far. She's amazing. But that's kind of how that happened.
Yeah, tied in, and it's been all smooth sailing ever since, right?
Yeah, a couple bumps in the road. That's a lie. What else we got here?
I got one for you.
Yes, shoot away.
What are you looking forward to most this summer? You got a show that you're like something that you haven't done before, or something that you're just something a little different?
That's a tough one, man. We're playing Cavendish and Terry Clark's on that date, so we're actually going to play that. We played it a couple times on the Opry,
Yeah.
And just like in a smaller, intimate things. But yeah, Terry's going to come up and we're going to do that during my set. So
That'll be awesome.
yeah, that's going to be
Is that the first time you're both together in Canada on stage singing it?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be the first time. So, I mean, I'm really, really excited to do that and just see the crowd's reaction. And yeah, it'll be the first time to see, the audience here in Canada just singing it back to us.
Yeah.
Which is a magical moment, right? As you know, right? It's very
the
cool.
most magical moment.
But yeah, I mean, we're playing Boots and Hearts this year. We're direct with FGL. Same thing at Dauphin here coming up on Friday. Direct for FGL there. It's good to see those guys, and it's always just the energy on the night when those guys are playing. It's just incredible. It's in the audience immediately. So yeah, excited for that. And yeah, how about you? Is there any show that's standing out?
I think Big Valley for me this summer will be. I've never done it before, so I'm looking forward to coming out and having a good time.
You doing the main stage there?
I don't think it's Maine.
No,
I don't think so. I'd have to look, but I think we're on the same day you guys are on, actually. So
yeah,
that'll be cool too, because just
yeah,
it's nice to bump into people and
yeah, you should come up and fire the t-shirt cannons again or something. Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing Big Valley. We're doing that one. That's the first time I've never played the main stage on that one. We've always done like last year we did the surprise guest.
Yeah.
Like to finish off the weekend, which was insane last year. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to playing that one too.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you guys can send us messages to see if that was enjoyable at all.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, it's pretty
it's good to see you.
Painless, yeah.
He's been here all week working on the record, and I've been out of town, so I literally just saw you like 15 minutes before we sat down, and I got to run and get my kid to his grade 7 graduation, so.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too, buddy.
Thanks for the hang.
Yeah, don't screw those songs up.
They're done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, now it's up to Scott to screw them up.
Yeah.
All right.
My part's done.
Anything else, yeah? Who would win? Oh, hey, let's finish this one off. Which one of you would win an arm wrestling match? That's Jonathan. That's got to be Jonathan.
Yeah.
Or is that not dumb enough to be Jonathan?
Yeah.
This would be worst. You'd probably win an arm wrestling.
I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe.
He has strong wrists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
And we're out. End scene.
Oh.